I'm a 20-year-old dad, and I have no idea what I'm doing with my life. Sometimes it feels like I've lived two completely different lives, and it kind of takes a toll on you. A lot of times during this time period while I'm a dad, your mindset changes a lot. My mindset has changed a lot. I remember being a kid, coming home from school, and just hopping on the game with my friends, staying up all night, going out with them. I don't know. We just did everything and anything. And honestly, I miss that I didn't have a care in the world. Back then, when those things were going on, I thought adults had everything figured out. I thought by the time I was 20 or even older, I would have all the answers. And right now, I'm 20, and honestly, I don't think anybody has the answers. My life did a whole 180 when I found out I was going to be a dad. And if I'm being honest, I was really scared. Around 2 years ago, after getting out of a rough breakup, I ended up meeting a beautiful girl, and I really fell in love with her. I really liked her, and she became my everything. And just when you think things are going good, you're doing everything right, the most unexpected thing happened. Flash forward a few months later, and I found out that I was going to be a dad. And if I'm being completely 100% honest, I was terrified. I remember feeling guilty. I felt irresponsible. I felt like I had disappointed my parents, and more importantly, I felt like I had disappointed myself. All I could think about was all the things that I wanted to do that I hadn't done yet, and how I wouldn't be able to do them anymore. All the goals I hadn't accomplished, and I even wondered if I was ready to take on this responsibility. I wondered if I was even good enough. Building up to being a dad obviously came the decision of abortion. Now, despite public's opinion on abortion, it was an option, and I genuinely had to think if I was going to take it or not. Obviously, I wasn't the one to call the shots. I was just to voice my opinion. My partner, at the end of the day, is the one who makes the decision. Her body, her choice. And all that really took a toll on me. There were nights where my mental health wasn't great at all. I was anxious. I was stressed. I felt like life was moving so fast. Sometimes I felt bad because I would compare myself to other people around me, like my friends. Everybody around me seemed like they had figured everything out. Some of my friends were going to school. Some of my friends had dropped out of school but were pursuing an internship. And then there was me. Which, fun fact, when I got with my girlfriend, I was unemployed. I was freshly 18 and I had no job. I was only going to school. And it wasn't even a good school. I was going to community college. My parents' expectations were for me to go to a university. Just me going to community college felt like I had let my parents down. And while the whole world seemed to be doing okay, and all of my friends or companions seemed like they had the entire world figured out, I felt like I was just trying to keep my head above the water. And between all that, if I'm being honest, I missed being a kid so much. To this day, I still miss it. I miss the freedom. I miss not having responsibilities. I miss being able to just think about myself. I think a lot of us, if not all of us, miss the simpler times. And I had that mindset for the longest time. When me and my partner made the decision to keep the baby, I knew I had to step up. And to the months building up, I didn't. I didn't really acknowledge that I was going to be a dad. I saw my partner's belly going and I felt kicks and I felt hiccups, and it never kicked in. I never processed that I was going to be a dad because I wasn't holding a baby. My partner was the one dealing with it, and sometimes I would just shut down on her. But then, on a random Sunday morning, her water broke. And even on the ride to the hospital, and even in the waiting room, I still did not process that I was going to be a dad. But then, my son was born. And the moment I saw him come out, I can't even explain it to you guys, but something inside me changed. I mean, it wasn't like I magically became a man overnight. I still have fears. I still doubt myself. I still make so many mistakes. But when my little boy came out of his mother's womb, I knew I had to step up. Because it wasn't just about me anymore. There was somebody depending on me. And for the first time, I actually felt like I had a purpose. This was somebody that didn't care how much money I had or whether I had life figured out. All he needed was his dad. And honestly, ever since then, I've been trying. I've been trying to become better. I want to be a better man, a better partner, a better father. Not perfect, but just better than I was yesterday. And yes, sometimes I reimagine the past. I miss summer breaks. I miss staying up with my friends. I miss having all the time in the world. But if I'm being honest, I wouldn't trade my life for what it is right now. Because even though my life is harder, I found a peace that I've never had before, and I never knew I was even capable of having. I'm fortunate enough to say that I have a 9 to 5 office job right now, and sometimes that job stresses me out. Sometimes I worry that I don't have enough funds to pay bills. Sometimes I worry that I don't have enough to provide for my family. And even though we have to make some budget cuts sometimes, we still figure it out. And even if I have a rough day at work, the best part about my day is coming home. I get to see my son. I get to see my partner. I get to hear my son laugh and watch him grow. And those little things mean more to me than I ever thought they would. And if you're listening to this and maybe you're around my age or maybe you're older and you feel lost, I just want you to know that you're not alone. I think everybody feels lost sometimes. I think everybody wonders if they're doing enough. And I think everybody just misses the simpler times when things were so much easier. But I also think that we're all, at the end of the day, just trying our best. Trying to become better and trying to build a life that we're all proud of. At this moment, I don't know where life is going to take me. And I especially don't know if this channel is going to go anywhere, nor do I really care. I kind of just want to vent and just see if anyone relates to me. And honestly, I'm happy to be a dad. It's one of the best things that has ever happened to me, and is the greatest blessing I could have ever asked for. But anyways, if you're listening to this before bed, I just want to say I appreciate you for spending some time with me tonight. I hope you guys take care of yourselves, and I don't know, maybe I'll make this a series, but that's it for Midnight Dadcraft. That's what we're calling it, because it's midnight and we're just thugging it out on Minecraft. Peace out, everybody.